guys, I promised I would show you this one. This is Mickey Mania for the Sega Genesis, and this game is awesome. Let's check this out. Alright, so here we go. Starts off in black and white as it's supposed to look like one of the old Mickey Mouse cartoons. Even has the film effect, which I thought just looked amazing. I wish that stayed a little bit longer, but yeah, the first level here is black and white, which looks really cool, I think, with the color Mickey Mouse and the black and white backgrounds. This game came out in October of 1994 for the Genesis, so it is a fairly late Genesis game. Also came out for the Super Nintendo, but it's a fairly different game for the Super Nintendo. There are actually more levels in this version. There's some stuff in this one that's not in the Super Nintendo version. And oddly enough, this one was published by Sony ImageSoft and developed by Traveler's Tales. And in contrast, the Super Nintendo version was actually published by Capcom. The music is awesome, so let's take a minute and listen to some of the music in this game. And there we can see the colors starting to come back into the game, indicating we are getting closer to the end of the level. So a little bit more color starts to come in. Here's the first boss fight. This one you're not really fighting a boss, as you are more just sort of a contraption, and basically you just have to throw your seeds or whatever the hell they are at the 4 gears and just break the contraption, and that's how you beat this boss. So. Once again, pretty cool idea. The whole concept of this game is that you're basically traveling back through all of Mickey's, cartoons, basically. You play through his career, you go through a lot of the common cartoons, and you see a lot of the characters and stuff that were popular. This game was actually supposed to come out for Mickey's 65th anniversary, and that was the original plan, but unfortunately that would have pushed the game's development. They would have had to rush it and basically develop the game in 6 months, and so they scrapped that idea. And probably would have probably a good idea, because usually when they rush games like that, they don't turn out very well. And this game, on the other hand, is amazing, but it did take a year and a half. So this game came out basically a year after his 65th anniversary. Yep, I told you this game was awesome, and look at this. This is a pretty cool effect here. They've got this kind of sideways scrolling thing. It almost looks 3D if you look at the planks of wood below your feet. I mean, they're actually 3D. I mean, how they pulled that off, I'm not 100% sure, but And then of course the the pillar itself, the way it rotates, it looks 3D. It's definitely a cool effect. And then the background sort of scrolls the opposite direction. But once again, look at those wooden planks below your feet, and there is some depth to them. They really do look 3D. So I mean, these guys pulled off some really cool effects on the Genesis. And this part here, I don't think is in the Super Nintendo version. So. Now this second boss is pretty cool here. Before you can get to the boss, you have to kind of go through this puzzle, and basically you have to mix these three chemicals into the beaker, and when they mix, you can heat them up and they'll explode, and that gets you through the locked door. You can see there's a big lock on the door on the right, and so the beaker actually starts off closer to the middle of the screen, and you gotta realize that you have to push it back. And then, that's pretty cool. A lot of the Mickey games have little puzzles in them, and this is just another one of those puzzles. And then once you blow this door up, you can go and fight the second boss. And once again, I said this game's not exactly easy. For the second boss, well, you'll see. This is a little bit tricky here. Once you save your buddy Pluto, he's with you for the next little while, which is cool because he's animated pretty well. And in this level, he helps you out by telling you basically when to jump when this big giant moose comes running at you. He gets scared, and that you have to jump. So, and what the heck is that? That is so hilarious looking. I guess it doesn't hurt you. Weird. And then it goes into a 3D level where the moose is chasing you. Once again, these guys pulled off some pretty cool shit on the Genesis. And, like I said, I haven't played the Super Nintendo version, but from what I can tell, reading on some of the reviews, a lot of people saying that the Genesis version is better. So one of those rare circumstances, and when it works out that way, they're usually really good games on the Genesis, as was the case with Aladdin, which another Disney game. So for a while I didn't really want to touch the Disney games because I thought they would just be stupid kids games, and I shouldn't be playing Disney games. But you know what, they're good games, and that's all that matters. And here we go with some more 3D effects. Look at the wall there. Look at the side of the building. That's awesome. That's not the kind of stuff you saw in the 16-bit consoles too often. Pulling off some pretty neat 3D effects. However they're pulling those off with some tricks is pretty cool stuff. Anyways, guys, I'm running out of time and I'm about to die here, so just thought I'd show you this wicked game. Definitely a must-have for any Genesis fan.